Listen closely, because this one thing will decide whether you rise or remain average. It's not luck, it's not talent, and it's not who your parents are. It's something far more powerful. The difference between those who make it and those who don't comes down to one single decision you make every single day. You see, success doesn't happen in a moment. It's built in the dark, when no one is watching, when your body says stop and your mind says keep going. That's where greatness is born. The people who win aren't always the smartest. They're the ones who refuse to quit. So if you truly want to know whether you'll be successful or not, look at how you handle discomfort. Do you give up when it gets hard? Or do you push harder? Because the answer to that question is your future. Remember this, the world doesn't reward potential, it rewards persistence. Success is not a product of luck or a gift reserved for the talented few. It is born from the small, consistent choices made every single day. Every decision you make, from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to bed, is shaping your destiny. The path to success is paved not by random chance, but by deliberate actions, even when no one notices. It is the quiet commitment to growth, discipline, and focus that separates those who achieve greatness from those who simply wish for it. People often admire success stories without realizing that behind every victory stands a long trail of decisions that seemed small at the time, but carried the weight of transformation. The choice to wake up early, to read one more page, to practice a little longer, to show up when it's inconvenient. These are the invisible steps that create visible success. Every day offers 1,000 chances to decide who you are becoming. Some take the easy path, guided by comfort, while others choose the harder road of consistency and purpose. Success doesn't come from the big moments alone, but from the repetition of right decisions, even when no one is watching. It's easy to work hard when motivation is high, but real success is built when motivation fades and discipline takes the lead. Each decision to stay focused, to avoid distractions, and to keep pushing forward compounds over time, creating a foundation that luck can never replace. Luck might open a door, but only consistent decisions will keep it open. Talent might give you a head start, but without discipline, it fades into wasted potential. The truth is, your habits are your destiny in disguise. What you choose to do repeatedly, day after day, is molding your identity and shaping your results. Every successful person you see has mastered the art of daily decision making. They understand that greatness is not achieved in one massive leap, but in thousands of small steps taken intentionally. Success is not something you wait for. It is something you create through the power of choice. Every decision either moves you closer to your goals or pulls you away from them. The people who rise are those who take responsibility for their direction and refuse to leave their future in the hands of luck. Daily decisions form character, strengthen willpower, and build momentum. They teach you patience, resilience, and clarity. Each right decision reinforces your belief that you are capable, that you are growing, and that you are in control of your life. The discipline to choose progress over comfort, purpose over pleasure, and consistency over excuses is what defines achievers. It is never about how lucky you are or how talented you were born. It is about the choices you make when no one is watching and when the rewards are not immediate. The truth is simple yet powerful. The life you live tomorrow is being decided by the choices you make today, one decision at a time. Greatness is not born in the noise of attention or the applause of crowds. It is forged in silence, in the moments when no one sees the struggle, the sacrifice, or the sleepless nights. It grows in the hidden places where patience meets persistence, where the desire to quit is defeated by the will to continue. The world often celebrates the outcome, but overlooks the quiet process behind it. True greatness is not built in the spotlight. It is formed in the unseen hours when you are working, learning, and growing without recognition or validation. It is in those silent battles, where you keep showing up despite the pain, that the foundation of lasting success is laid. In silence, you learn discipline. You learn how to stay consistent when no one is cheering for you. You learn to believe in your vision, even when it feels like no one else does. Perseverance becomes your closest companion, teaching you that growth is not instant, and that transformation is a slow, sometimes lonely process. The silent grind tests your strength more than any challenge ever could, because it demands faith without evidence. It asks you to trust that every small effort, every late night, every unseen sacrifice is building something greater than what you can currently see. That kind of perseverance is what turns ordinary individuals into extraordinary achievers. Silence refines character. It strips away the distractions, the noise, and the need for external approval. It forces you to confront your weaknesses and develop inner strength. When you keep working in quiet seasons, you build endurance, focus, and emotional toughness. The world may not notice your effort, but every moment of perseverance strengthens your foundation. The roots of greatness always grow underground, before the tree breaks through the surface. It is in the hidden stages that you become who you are meant to be. Success that lasts is not rushed. It is cultivated slowly in silence, through unwavering commitment and unshakable faith. Perseverance means continuing even when you don't feel like it, when progress seems invisible, and when everything in you whispers to stop. But every time you choose to keep going, you prove to yourself that your purpose is stronger than your pain. The greatest victories are often prepared in seasons of quiet persistence where no one claps, no one watches, and no one understands. It's in that solitude that your skills sharpen, your vision deepens, and your confidence grows. The world only sees the final performance, not the countless hours of unseen preparation that made it possible. Greatness built in silence stands unshaken by criticism or praise, because it wasn't created for attention. It was created through conviction. Those who persevere through the quiet seasons emerge stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. The power to endure, to stay consistent when it's hard, and to keep pushing through the silence is the true mark of greatness, the kind that can never be taken away or destroyed. Winners are not those who never face challenges. They are the ones who refuse to let challenges define them. Every obstacle, every setback, every disappointment becomes fuel for their determination. They understand that the road to success is never smooth. That struggle is not a sign of failure, but a test of commitment. While others give up when the path gets hard, winners dig deeper, finding strength within themselves to keep moving forward. Their mindset is built on resilience, on the belief that persistence eventually breaks resistance. They know that every challenge carries a hidden opportunity, and instead of running from the storm, they learn to walk through it with unwavering faith. Refusing to quit is not about ignoring pain or pretending that the journey is easy. It is about having the courage to continue despite the pain. Winners see challenges as stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. When faced with failure, they do not retreat, they reassess, they learn, and they rise again. Every fall becomes a lesson, every delay becomes preparation, and every difficulty shapes them into stronger, wiser, more capable individuals. They understand that quitting might bring temporary comfort, but perseverance brings lasting reward. The refusal to quit is a declaration that purpose is greater than pressure, and that vision is stronger than struggle. Challenges are the refining fire that reveal what a person is truly made of. Winners embrace the discomfort, knowing that growth lies on the other side of struggle. They accept that adversity is not their enemy, it is their teacher. When doors close, they look for windows. When plans fall apart, they create new ones. When strength seems gone, they dig into discipline and belief. Their mindset is built on the conviction that failure is never final unless you give up. They may bend, but they do not break. They may stumble, but they do not stay down. Each challenge they overcome builds a deeper sense of confidence and a stronger will to continue. The spirit of a winner is not measured by victories alone, but by the number of times they refuse to surrender. Every challenge is an invitation to rise higher, to prove that persistence is stronger than any obstacle. Winners understand that the process of overcoming is what shapes their greatness. They find motivation in the struggle, using pain as power and rejection as redirection. Even when everything seems impossible, they hold on to the belief that one more step, one more try, one more day could change everything. In the heart of every winner lies an unbreakable resolve, a voice that whispers, "Keep going," when the world says, "Stop." They do not allow circumstances to dictate their destiny. They understand that perseverance turns ordinary people into champions. Challenges may slow them down, but they cannot stop them. Winners keep moving forward, fueled by faith, driven by purpose, and anchored in the unshakable decision to never quit no matter how hard the road becomes. Discomfort is the place where true commitment is tested and revealed. It strips away pretenses and exposes what a person truly believes in. When everything is easy, it's simple to stay motivated and confident, but when life becomes uncomfortable, when progress feels slow and the road uncertain, that's when your real level of dedication shows. True commitment is not proven in moments of comfort, but in moments of challenge. It's easy to talk about dreams, but only those who continue through pain, frustration, and disappointment truly mean what they say. Discomfort separates the interested from the invested, the talkers from the doers, and the temporary from the timeless. Those who are truly committed do not run from discomfort. They embrace it as part of the process. They understand that every form of growth requires stretching, and stretching always involves some level of pain. Whether it's building discipline, chasing a goal, or becoming a better version of yourself, discomfort is the signal that transformation is taking place. Most people quit when things get hard, thinking that discomfort is a sign to stop. But the ones who rise know it's a sign to continue. Commitment means staying loyal to what you said you would do long after the feeling in which you said it has faded. It's showing up when you don't feel like it, working when no one's watching, and holding on when results aren't visible yet. Discomfort tests priorities. It asks you how badly you want what you say you want. It forces you to decide whether your dream is worth the effort, whether your vision is worth the sacrifice. Many start strong but fade when the excitement wears off. Few keep going because their commitment runs deeper than emotion. Discomfort purifies intention. It reveals whether you are doing something for attention or for purpose. It burns away excuses, distractions, and shallow motivations until only a pure desire to fulfill your calling remains. That's why the greatest achievers in any field are those who have learned to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. They know that the pain of discipline is far lighter than the pain of regret. When you endure discomfort, you build endurance. You train your mind to persist when others stop. Every time you push through resistance, you strengthen your character and prove to yourself that your word holds weight. True commitment doesn't seek the easy path. It seeks the right one, no matter how demanding it is. Those who achieve greatness have walked through seasons of uncertainty, discomfort, and doubt. Yet they stayed consistent because their purpose was bigger than their pain. Discomfort reveals who you are when motivation is gone and comfort is out of reach. It's in those moments of testing that real strength is born. True commitment shines not in comfort but in the struggle, in the refusal to give up, in the quiet decision to endure, adapt, and keep moving forward no matter how hard the process becomes. Persistence outweighs potential because talent without consistency is like a seed never planted. You can have all the natural ability in the world, but without the determination to keep going, it means nothing. The world is full of gifted people who never fulfilled their promise because they lacked the will to persevere when things got hard. On the other hand, history is filled with stories of ordinary people who achieved extraordinary things simply because they refused to stop. Persistence turns effort into excellence, dreams into reality, and possibilities into achievements. It is not what you can do once that matters. It's what you're willing to do again and again until you succeed. Potential is only the starting point. It shows what could be, but persistence decides what will be. Many people have potential, but few have the patience and endurance to develop it. The truth is, potential is silent. It never grows unless it's watered daily with effort and persistence. When challenges come, potential can't protect you, persistence can. When motivation fades, potential won't keep you moving, persistence will. It's the willingness to show up, to keep trying, and to keep believing even after countless failures that separates the achievers from the dreamers. Persistence is the force that turns vision into victory, no matter how slow the progress may seem. Every great success story is a story of persistence. Behind every achievement lies countless failed attempts, moments of doubt, and times when giving up seemed easier. But those who persist understand that failure is not the end, it's feedback. They learn, they adapt, and they continue. Persistence teaches resilience, discipline, and faith in the process. It shapes character and builds the kind of strength that talent alone can never provide. People who rely only on potential often quit when faced with resistance because their success was built on ease, not endurance. Those who rely on persistence, however, become unstoppable because they've learned how to keep moving forward regardless of how many times they fall. Persistence is the silent engine behind every meaningful achievement. It doesn't shout or seek attention. It simply works day after day, trusting that small, consistent steps will lead to big results. It demands humility because it forces you to accept that progress is slow and mastery takes time. It demands courage because it challenges you to face rejection and failure without losing faith. But most importantly, it builds confidence because every time you persist through adversity, you prove to yourself that you can overcome it. Potential opens the door, but persistence walks through it. It doesn't rely on natural advantage. It relies on mental toughness and a decision to never stop improving. Success doesn't always go to the most talented. It goes to the most determined. Persistence outweighs potential because it keeps you moving when talent pauses. It builds strength where natural ability fails. And it ensures that no matter how long it takes, you will eventually reach what you were meant to become. Your response to struggle defines your future, because how you handle difficulty reveals the kind of person you are becoming. Every struggle carries within it the power to either break you or build you, and the choice is always yours. Life will test your patience, your strength, and your belief, but it is your attitude in those moments that determines the direction of your destiny. Some people allow struggle to make them bitter, while others use it to become better. The difference is not in the size of the struggle, but in the strength of the response. When you choose resilience over retreat, growth over fear, and purpose over pain, you transform your challenges into stepping stones for success. Struggle is a universal experience, but not everyone responds to it with the same mindset. Some see it as a punishment, others see it as preparation. The people who rise after struggle are those who understand that pain is not permanent, but progress is. They know that difficulty is not meant to destroy them, but to refine them. When you face setbacks with a determined heart and a calm mind, you start to build the emotional and mental endurance that future success requires. Every obstacle becomes a classroom, every hardship a teacher, and every failure a lesson in disguise. Struggle reveals your character more than success ever could, because it forces you to confront your fears and discover your true capacity for endurance. Your response to struggle shapes your future habits, thoughts, and decisions. If you run from pain, you teach yourself to give up easily. But if you stand firm and keep pushing through it, you teach yourself strength, patience, and self-belief. The way you handle challenges today builds the resilience you will need for tomorrow's opportunities. Every successful person has faced seasons of intense difficulty, but they chose not to let struggle define their limitations. Instead, they used it to develop their discipline, sharpen their focus, and strengthen their willpower. Struggle, when faced correctly, becomes the foundation of lasting greatness. The truth is, struggle exposes your priorities. It shows what you truly value and what you're willing to fight for. When life gets hard, people often reveal what matters most to them. Some quit because their goals were built on convenience, while others endure because their purpose is rooted in conviction. Your response to struggle determines whether you stay stuck in the past or rise toward your potential. It teaches you whether you are ruled by emotion or guided by vision. The more you face adversity with faith, the more you train your spirit to remain steady under pressure. Struggle is inevitable, but surrender is optional. You can choose to let pain define you or refine you. The future belongs to those who face struggle with courage and perseverance, who see every challenge not as a wall, but as a doorway to transformation. Your response to struggle becomes the story of your future, written one decision, one reaction, and one moment of strength at a time. Success is never a matter of chance. It is the result of daily discipline, silent perseverance, unshakable persistence, and the refusal to quit when life gets hard. Greatness doesn't appear overnight. It is built in moments of discomfort, forged through struggle, and strengthened by consistent choices made in faith, not feeling. Talent may give a glimpse of what's possible, but persistence brings it to life. The way you respond to challenges, the courage you show in silence, and the commitment you hold in the face of discomfort all define the person you are becoming. every decision, every sacrifice, and every moment of endurance is shaping your destiny. The truth is, success is not reserved for the gifted. It belongs to the consistent, the focused, and the relentless. When you decide to rise, to stay the course, and to keep pressing forward, no matter how difficult the journey becomes, you step into the place where ordinary people achieve extraordinary things and turn their potential into purpose fulfilled.